In this video, we're going to be checking out how well Oblivion Remastered runs on the all-new AOKZOE A1X. And when it comes to this new handheld, it's packing some pretty good power. We've got the AMD Ryzen AI9 HX370, and with that, we get the Radeon 890M iGPU, which has 16 compute units. And overall, this chip has been great, and it's going to be comparable to something like the upcoming Ryzen Z2 Extreme, except over there, they did take a few cores out. With this, we've got 12 cores, 24 threads, and AOKZOE also added a 72 watt-hour battery to the A1X. Plus, we've got an 8-inch VRR display here with a resolution of 1920 by 1200. I've made a couple videos on this device testing out Windows and SteamOS. If you're interested in checking those out, I'll leave links in the description. But let's go ahead and jump right in here with Oblivion Remastered on this device. I've got a couple ways that I want to test this out on the A1X, and right now we're actually at a 28 watt TDP. This will do up to around 32 watts using the built-in software, and with this game we do need a higher wattage to get up there with the frame rate on basically any iGPU that I've tested with. We could run this at a much lower TDP and run it at 30 FPS all day long, but right now we're at 1280 by 800, medium settings, and when it comes to scaling, I'm using XeSS set to medium. We could still test out frame generation, and we will by the end of the video, but we'll have to swap over to FSR to do that. But this is the way that I've been running it on the A1X, and even though we're not at 60, we've got that variable refresh rate display, so we don't see any kind of tearing going on. And overall, we're seeing an average of around 42 FPS with it. With the HX370 and the mini PC, we can take it up to like 65 watts and get real close to 60. I've actually done a little bit of testing just to see if this chip would handle this game at those higher frame rates. And at 65 watts with the HX370, which we're not going to do in this handheld, we still can't hit a steady 60 with these settings. Going down to low gets real close there. But over in an area like this, you can see it does jump up into the mid-50s. And if we're doing anything indoors, it does go over 60. But for the most part, we're going to be doing exploring out in the wide open. Lots of stuff to render in the distance. We've got animals all over the place, rocks, flowers. So at medium settings, with it set up like this at 28 watts, we're seeing an average of around 42 FPS. But we could get a little more out of it. Now, I will admit that with frame generation in Oblivion Remastered, it's not perfect, especially on an iGPU. So we'll jump back over here, and we're using those same settings, 800p, medium settings, XeSS set to balanced. Now, what we're going to do is actually take it from XeSS to FSR. That way we can access frame generation. And I'm going to set it to FSR balanced. So we've got frame gen on now, and the biggest issue that I've run into is ghosting. So if you take a look at the sword, you can see we've got a lot of ghosting going on. Now, it's not as noticeable if we're not using any kind of FSR scaling. So if we've got FSR set to native AA and frame gen on, you don't see the ghosting so much, but we can't reach these kind of frame rates with it set up like that. We still need some scaling even though we're at 800p. Now, I think that, in the future, we'll get some more optimizations for this game, and we will see better performance on these iGPUs. But right now, I'd say the best iGPU that I've tested this with is in the ASUS ROG Flow Z13. With that, it's got the Radeon 8060S. With that, we've got the AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 395 with the Radeon 8060S iGPU and 40 compute units. You can run it at 60 all day long with that, but coming over to the HX370 only at 28 watts, without frame gen, I'd say locking it down at around 40 FPS would be the way to go. Now, I will have a video coming up with this kind of facing off against all of the handhelds that we've seen on the market, from the Z1 Extreme, the 8840U, the HX370, so definitely keep an eye on the channel. I had a few people asking about this game running on the HX370, so I figured I'd make a quick video with the A1X, but if there's anything else you want to see running on this handheld, just let me know in the comments below. And like always, thanks for watching.